Yeah, I just invite you to just relax and almost feel what you think of as yourself just dissolving into this aliveness. It's already, we're already dissolved into this aliveness. We are alive. We are this aliveness and this incredible vitality, life. Just not having to hold anything in place, not having to control anything, not having to manage anything or figure anything out, just relaxing and enjoying this incredible aliveness that is here, just somehow here, miraculously, the aliveness of everything. This aliveness showing up as all these seemingly different things and phenomena, all the colors, all the sights, all the sounds, all the sensations, the world, you, all of it, this shimmering aliveness, isn't it? And notice as you just relax and feel this aliveness, it's so obviously, right? It's funny to say feel this aliveness as if there's something other than feeling this aliveness going on, right? I mean, that's what there's just a feeling of aliveness that we speak about and describe as feeling all these specific qualities and dimensions of the aliveness that, you know, feeling the presence of these different flavors of the aliveness, but just appreciating that it is all this aliveness, this scintillating vitality. And noticing the absolute limitless, boundless nature of it, that you don't find boundaries in this aliveness. You don't find a bit of aliveness and then a gap and then some more aliveness and then another gap. You just find a continuum of life, of existence. It shows up as parts and pieces, but feel the way in which there are no parts and pieces to the aliveness. It's like there's no sections of the sky. There's just a singular expanse of sky. And right now, feel this singular expanse of aliveness that's appearing as what we call ourselves existing in a world, but more fundamentally is just this singular aliveness appearing as everything, being everything, including us. So it doesn't negate the singularity of this aliveness, doesn't negate all the differences and the diversity and all the phenomena. It doesn't negate any of that because here is all of this diversity of experiencing, and yet it is all this fathomless, mysterious, miraculous aliveness. Just feeling the pure, obvious presence of it. Just, it's effortlessly here. This is not some kind of presence that we have to practice. It's the presence of every moment. It's here spontaneously, here effortlessly, here because it's the only thing that's here, the presence of life. So anywhere consciousness may travel around the field of this aliveness, it just finds more aliveness in all the myriad forms life can take. There's no getting ourselves into the state of knowing this aliveness or being this aliveness, because we are the aliveness and everything is the aliveness. The mystery. I mean, isn't it? The utter mystery of existence. I mean, it's the primal question. What is life? There's no answer to that, but feel this aliveness to discover its nature, its boundless, fathomless indescribability. The simple feeling of being spread everywhere, omnipresent. An aliveness that is completely awake. Feel the wakefulness of this. It's awake to itself. It's pure knowing, knowing and being, like two sides of a coin. Not some kind of knowing or consciousness that we have to conjure up somehow by effort, but a knowing that is intrinsic to the moment that's here, not out of something that we're doing, but it's just here. Knowing, being, simply here. So dynamic. In one sense, solid and unmovingly itself, just pure aliveness, pure being that never removes itself from itself. It always is just this pure aliveness, but constantly taking on a different shape, we could say, a different quality. Impossible to pin down and determine what it is because it just slips through our conceptual fingers, just like that. Any effort to grasp hold of and know what it is and identify and determine what it is just eludes our grasp, eludes capture, eludes any possibility of putting it into some sort of frame of knowing and words. That's why it's impossible to say really anything about it. um, I put the word aliveness there as a way to characterize the basic nature of this is alive being, right? But as if I know what aliveness is, like don't know what aliveness is. It's feel what's here, not your ideas about what's here, but what's here, what's showing up. There may be all sorts of ideas about it, but and notice how what's showing up can't be put into any box. It's just too vast, too detailed. to tell a story about it. This infinity of the infinity of little pixels, all the little details, all the little flickers and flashes and rumbles and stirrings that are oftentimes just totally just ignored in one sense, but just relaxing and just feeling the like those like what's his name, Jackson Pollock, the abstract painter, you know, there's just like this explosion of color, and it's feel the way in which there's our experience right now is like that, this explosion of it's this incoherent abstract, nothing really fits together. Actually, the mind tries to fit all this and simplify it into something like, oh, here it is, it's me sitting in this motel room, you know. um, but it's really not like that. Our experience is just these flashes like sparklers, just like do you know what I mean? Like an electric light show. All of it, aliveness, every little flicker, aliveness, every little stirring, every little arising of thought, every little, all of it, pure vitality, pure aliveness, pure presence. This image was just coming to me of like, you know, we've got this net of ideas and we're like running after reality to catch hold of it with the net, grab hold of it, and it just laughingly runs away and says, you won't catch me. Watch me turn into something else. Just when you think you've captured me with the net of your words and your concepts, just becomes something else, just like that, seemingly. And then you try to capture that and it turns into something else. I feel that, you know, feel it turning into something else. As it seems to be becoming something, it's turning into something else, which is turning into something else, which is turning into something else, right? Never actually landing somewhere. That's its formlessness. It never takes a fixed shape, although it looks like it does very convincingly sometimes. That's its magical display.